Hello and welcome everyone. As you can see, it arrived in time, so today is finally Shinoa time. As you all demanded, we are playing Castlevania Order of Ecclesia. Hello Claire, how are you doing? And sadly in a very smushed monitor setup, because I guess this is the only way they were able to get a dual screen setup on one screen setups. Which, honestly, I really wish they would have been able to actually separate the screens as screens. Because, okay, so this is probably a bit obscure, but I just realized one thing when I looked at this. They could have done it, at least on PC, how's it called again? Supreme Commander. Because in Supreme Commander, you can actually put the whole minimap, the whole map, zoomed out on a second monitor, and you can actually interact with that. You can even add a third monitor, from what I know, right?
Could be. I remember one.
Yeah, I used one recently. I mean, okay, I think you used 3 monitors for EVE Online. So.
Yeah.
But it's just like I kind of wish I would be able to get that small little monitor out on the second screen. That would be nice. Alas, let's start with one of the Castlevania games I have not played yet, and you all wanted me to play it because girl hot, which is understandable. I think one interesting part you can see is that with the DS releases, they really were just girl indeed hot indeed. They kind of had the problem of, I think Konami really drained them for money slowly, because Dawn of Sorrows opened with a fully animated intro and it looks great. Portrait of Ruin also is animated, but with 3D models, and you sadly see it just looks a bit cheap. And that was a later game, and Ecclesia doesn't even have that. You can also use the touchscreen. That is neat. Yeah. I mean, I only released 3, and that's the problem when it's a bit of a...
Returning to life time and again since the ancient Middle Ages, the evil Lord Dracula has driven people to terror. Each time Dracula returned from the dead, the Belmont clan fought him in the shadows, wielding the holy whip. Through their efforts, humanity avoided the darkness, securing prosperity. But early in the 19th century, having lost their ability to resist the darkness, those in positions of power at the time began to search for new ways to counter Dracula. Our organization, Ecclesia, was born then as one of those countermeasures. Many organizations were established with the same goal, and day after day, they conducted their studies diligently. But each was dissolved when they failed to produce satisfactory results. But that was when Barlow, the leader of Ecclesia, finally made a surprising breakthrough that could stand up against Dracula.
Barlow. Okay. Yeah, they definitely try to be a bit more realistic with the artwork. You know, it really looks odd if you put a whole noun in brackets. Just like, okay, weird things to say. Yeah, sales dwindled. I think that's probably the biggest problem these games had. Like, well, I'd say the Sorrow games were probably still the breakout ones. It's not that, you know, they were bad or they were trying to be, but they felt sloppy at the time. You know, so it was just like, oh, it's another Castlevania game. So people were like, yeah, it's another one. Oh, I wonder who's the bad guy. I don't know, really, is that a face you want to tell anything to? Can you, I just, oh boy, Claire. I have played Bloodstained, I know where this plot is going. It's not like they recycled that, probably. I could guess from the character designs alone. I like how she's like, I have to go, and then jumps on the pillar. A pillar platform. But yeah. Really, putting key things in brackets is just weird. If you're wondering, we will probably get to, oh, you know what? Actually, I like that I can see everything at once. I just wish I could put them on another monitor. We will get to, Dawn of Sorrow, by the way. I don't know if we're gonna do it immediately, though. Oh, that was the way forward. Doesn't look evil at all. No. Okay, that's a good animation with her back. It's so funny how he's like, you know that only she can wear it, not you. And he's like, I don't care. You did pinky promise. Oh well. I don't wonder if we ever get another Castlevania game at this point. I mean, they have remastered all of them, so... Wait, is that a gun? It's a fucking gun. It's interesting, you know, when Zoma kills something, the soul just flies directly into him. Shanoa has to lift up her hair and expose her back. Which is hot, though. I'm not... Listen, I'm weak to women with long black hair, okay? It's just... It's I know. You know what? It would be actually kind of funny if they made a new game with Shanoa and actually like hired a good team to, you know, have everything hand drawn and not 3D, and they'd actually make it a good game and then just flex on Bloodstained. It would be very funny. Okay. So, MP is stamina in this game. Got it. What was that? Oh, I see what they're doing. I do wish it was X and A though. That would... Wait, can I... Yeah, right. Back glove. Touch. I see what they are trying to do, though. It's interesting. Oh no, not Skelly. Hey Lena, how are you doing? Welcome to Hot Girl Castlevania. I mean, yeah, Bloodstained Witch of the Night. Ah. Obviously, cats are are just very much dead. So this is the playthrough. I mean, apparently this one is also harder. I mean, okay, Aria of Sorrow is really not a hard game, actually. So, not surprising that later ones might be a bit harder, but we'll see where the hardness falls. Yo, Barlow, we've been there a few weeks ago. Oh, wait, that's when she lost her memory. I mean, he could have really thought of that earlier. It's like, I promised this guy to wear the glyph, but he can't. Maybe I should actually really explain to him in detail. Oh well, good to hear that cats are nice. You know, that's a good question. Why can only her flesh do that? He will find a way to use it. Yeah, I see those. I see that typo. I see it. So, how was everyone's week? Oh, okay. Those are the safe rooms then. Ooh, overworld map. Not every not every week is, you know, the most eventful. I mean, okay, aside from the fact that, you know, on Tuesday Nintendo really made the Switch 2 a non-thing to buy for most people. And then Trump swooped in and was like, no, I will make it even more of a non-thing for people. Yeah, it's like... I mean... Wait, what? Yeah, it's like... I mean, it is really just like a lot to ask for people. I mean, even... Like, personally... I actually looked at, how was it called? You know, we watched the presentation. We're like, you know, that's nice. It's nice. They were like, but like, goddamn, I actually need to concentrate a little bit at least. A knife glyph. Yeah. Okay, so the horse heads are literally just the ghosts in this game. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I mean, we sat there and we're like, okay, it's neat. You know, they all just like announced 4 new games, but you know, they were interesting. I mean, there is a new Mario Kart and oh god. New Mario Kart riffs on Forza Horizon, so I guess not the worst idea to take everything after 8. Said that before. Like the problem with 8 is it's perfect. Like I don't think it's anyone's favorite, but it is the second place because it's just a really good Mario Kart. On top of the fact that, well, yeah, you know, honestly, they could have just be like, oh yeah, we're just updating 8 and you know putting all the other courses in, and it would be fine. I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Yeah, I mean, then we all found out that backwards compatibility is, you know, oh yeah, there's backwards compatibility on the Switch, except for this fucking long list of games that just have problems with them. You know, if it's not the list with things that just outright have problems in game, and you're like, oh, okay. And what to do to get them running? Oh, just buy the Switch 2 upgrade. Yeah. And then it happens that we learned, oh yeah, there's a Switch 2 upgrade, but also, how's it called again? The Switch 2 editions? Yeah, actually those are just the Switch 1 cartridges in a new box. We're demanding more money for them now. And you're like, wow. And how much is Mario Kart? 90 bucks. And that's the EU price. The American one is higher. You know what I just realized? Order of Ecclesia has a greed bar beneath your health bar that empties when you attack, and you have to wait until it's full again. Order of Ecclesia is the Dark Souls of Castlevania games. Yeah, but I don't know that. I have not played Portrait of Ruin. I might do that. But first thing is that Agonia has to play... has to play for Dawn of Sorrow. So that's gonna be interesting. Okay, that hit for some reason now. Okay, it's an easy boss. I just was like, okay. But yeah. It's kind of a disgusting boss, though. It's cool. Okay, Achievement rotating shrimp. Really? Didn't feel that. I mean, okay, so hard. It doesn't feel that hard right now. I would say maybe because okay, some rooms feel a bit bullshit because, you know, oh hey, endless zombie spawns and you have non-endless stamina. But yeah. By the way, I know that, you know, stamina draining attacks, that's not a new thing. Like, other games did that before Dark Souls. In some form. Hell, fucking Kingsfield did it. They technically borrowed some concepts from Kingsfield and adjusted them. Yeah. It's an old concept. So, yeah. Oh, how useful. He dropped the map. Well, now. Time to look through the other parts of the monastery. Ah. That combined two glyphs thing really reminds me of how was it called again, with the spell combining in on the on advance. The one that was completely with the There was a Castlevania game where you always had two spells equipped and you could combine them. Oh well. Oh, there was also a safe room here. Good to know. That is generous. sandals. Yeah, I could have made it myself a lot easier going through this area. Oops. Oh. Wait, I didn't... Oh, I should unlock the one up there. I guess back it is. And then I suppose I need to go out of this area again, right? I feel like they're making this in a bit of a mix of, you know, the old and the new, as in you have more direct levels, but an overworld map. It's not a bad idea. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, we already talked a lot about the Switch 2 on Wednesday. I don't think we can really add a lot more to that discourse than I've never seen people say nope. Then you know, say it faster nope than here, because like, I mean, we're not swimming in money, and even, you know, on the fact that I could maybe save up, it's like, it's a steep price for a console that I can almost guarantee you will be reduced in price by like at least $100 in a few, like next year or so. Switch 2 Ambassador program, here we come. Because most relevant games that people will buy will probably also still come out for the Switch 1. And I know that people always say, oh, but you know, the fans and such. I mean, we're also in shit times, but like, the thing is, do you want to make actually money off a system or not? And that's like, it wouldn't surprise me if in a post-Trump 2 world, you know what? I can still see it because let me just be clear here. The thing about it is, and Nintendo knows that, okay? They are always selling their consoles at a markup, as in they will make money from every single sale. They always did that. The thing is, not really. From what I saw, the Switch, you know, the Steam Decks are still better. Like, sure, they're more powerful, but they're not on the level of a PS4 still, so... It could be the case, but like, as said, I'd say the thing is that... okay, here we are. Ooh, directly a new glyph. I can almost guarantee you it isn't, because you need to see the direction. From what I know, yeah, sure,
You have saved me.
but they're not remotely in any good capacity to like. Also, the Steam Deck runs your whole Steam library. At the current price point, you get a better Steam Deck with OLED. It's not 4K. 1080p on a handheld mode, which they say it with an asterisk, by the way. is only for certain games. So not all games will run at 1080p on the Switch 2. They literally said that. And 4K is only upscaling. The Switch 2 can't do 4K. It's faking 4K. Claire, here's the next thing. That upscaling is not happening in the Switch. That upscaling is happening on a small extra chip in the dock. The Switch can't do it. It doesn't have it built in, it just has an extra little thing that upscales it for it. That's also why there is the whole cooling thing. That's actually not really for the Switch 2. It's just a side effect. It's there because the dock itself now is doing something. Yeah, they showed that. They literally said that with the dock it's doing that. It can't do it on its own. I mean, frankly, the Switch 2 is strong, but like, even then, most games that are on the Switch 2 right now, are on all the other platforms, and there they just run better. There's a big head in the background. But yeah, the thing is, it's just a steep price for a console that is not worth that price. And on top of that, you have also the things that are like, yeah, and then again, the games are just really expensive. Most people will just not be able to afford one, and I get it. And like the thing is, the moment I saw that price, that's the thing, Claire. If you rewatch that presentation, they didn't say their games will output in 1080p. They said the monitor is 1080p now, which is that's a good screen, but they didn't say, and there was extra an asterisk, they didn't say the games will run in 1080p. There's a very big difference when, the moment companies talk like that. And more milk. Shanoa likes milk. Probably mostly from for other girls. Ooh. Okay, coffee and milk. Now it's less interesting.
Hello.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I wouldn't like. Well, yeah, but also you need to keep in mind that most games on the Switch 2 will also not run at full res. Like, if we're now, for example, looking at all the games they announced that are going to be ported, they will all run better on, Hey, don't... What are you doing? They will all run better on the other systems. And again, at the same price, it's like, if you need a console, the question actually becomes, wouldn't you just invest in a PS5 at that point? And I know that is contentious for some to hear, but like, it's not wrong. if you're thinking about it. Yeah, well, yes and no. Like, the thing is that people need to oh, necromancer. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, that's the thing. But also, and that's probably the more important part to ask. What you say is not completely wrong, but there's a key difference here in why things are. Because, for example, there's always a lot of things that people say about Nintendo that is more mysticized, mythologicized, than actually true. Because, for example, oh, Nintendo consoles sell on Nintendo games. That is true unless you leave out the fact that a lot of times there are only Nintendo games on their consoles. You know, except when we're dealing with a situation where they're not selling on that, because let's just be real here. Yes, people bought Nintendo games on the Switch too, but for a lot of people it was also a console to buy third-party games. Similarly, on the Wii, there was also a pretty big third-party market. Like, one of the biggest sales of the Wii was Call of Duty. The thing is, when we talk about they sell on Nintendo games, again, we look at stuff like the we look at things like how's it called? Okay. They really want to. Wow. Okay. Let me out. This is... I hate this level. This is a stupid level, honestly. Oh. God. Yeah, the thing is just that, the Switch is, you know, every time Nintendo sold a lot of consoles in the last decade, and this is kind of the important part people always ignore. It's always because they brought in other consumers that usually would have bought other systems. Like, for example, there was also the whole, you know, big or bust cycle that they always did. You know, that's also kind of fake. Like, for example, if you look at their consoles, their first console, the NES, was a pretty big hit. Like, I think nearly 70 million sales. That is respectable for the time. The SNES was already only up to 50 million, under 50 million. That is quite a drop if you think about it. Now, this isn't to say about anything about the, you know, quality of their consoles. Like, I will not argue that the GameCube, for example, has bad games, or the N64. What we can say, though, is the N64 only sold like 32 million copies, 32 million consoles. That is not a lot. Especially if you want to, especially if we're talking about, okay. What are we doing here? Anyway, like, if we're talking about console sales, that is pretty abysmal if you're thinking about it. And you know, then the GameCube was even less. It's just like, Nintendo was on a downward spiral in like for like a long time actually. And the GameCube was worse, but then the Wii broke out. But the thing is, the Wii broke out because of two factors. First of all, it was very cheap. Second of all, the Wii sold itself basically on, well, Wii Sports, and the fact that, you know, the marketing was, hey, you just have to point at the screen and, you know, behave like you would normally do. So a lot of families just bought the thing because they were like, hey, we can do that. The most interesting thing about that is what, again, most people, once again, when it comes to the narrative, that's the thing what I really have a problem with. I will not dispute a lot about what Nintendo did. It's about the narrative that fans built afterwards, because the interesting part of is that the Nintendo Wii sold really fast and then plateaued. And also, not a lot of games sold on it. Ever thought about that? The Nintendo had a problem with sales on the Wii. Sure, a few games sold really well. Let's just say, for example, the obvious one. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Because that was, again, one of the few games where people could identify with. And even the DS, like the DS was, and again, one of those consoles that sold relatively well, because when it came out, for a lot of people it was like, oh hey, you know, the children need a new console anyway. True. And it was backwards compatible to the advanced games, so it was just a console for that time. But also, then you look to the next one, and the 3DS was almost not relevant anymore. And that wasn't because, you know, it was a bad console. It was because it was overpriced, and a lot of people just, you know, the main market for the 3DS was ideally families that would upgrade, and a lot of families didn't upgrade. I did jump, I think. I mean, that's another problem, you know. Like, so long Polar Rings wasn't the premier launch title. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I like it. She doesn't backdash. Very hot. yeah, it's just a lot that went into how consoles go and how they fare. Like, what people forget, because that's always a thing that, especially people are like, oh, those were great consoles and they went really well, and then the reality was the 3DS sold more poorly than the PlayStation Portable. Just... I pressed down. God, I hate those flying fuckers. Gesundheit. They really were like, how to make a stage just really fucking annoying. Yeah, that's one thing. But, I mean, this is a lot of things that, where we'll always say, that is a very important part that people need to keep in mind, is the fact that when it comes to what sells a console, it is to a degree marketing, and it is to a degree, why would people do that? Like, let's just say, for example, let's look at, the PlayStation. One of the key reasons why people kept upgrading from, the PlayStation, well, after the PlayStation 3, like, a lot of people went to the PlayStation 4, like, a lot of people. Let's just keep in mind that, the PS5 is basically, and that's an interesting thing, because smartphones were not really the Nintendo killer, because, the Switch sold really well. People still want dedicated handhelds. If anything, this would mean, the new iPhones, who are really, really strong, would sell even better. But they probably won't. The thing is that, oh, wow. They... concentrate now a little bit. Was the point of his move to making games that felt very casual touch and tools. I mean, that is true to a degree. I think that's one of the points of having, good games to be focused, but like, that was also just a problem of Nintendo themselves at the time. Like, let's just be real here. The Wii U also didn't sell because they just stopped making a lot of good games. Like, this isn't like, oh, they are the best, the games they made were bad, but holy shit, whereas those games that didn't, get, like, one of the reasons people were excited for Breath of the Wild, even though, and I will repeat that, Breath of the Wild was not really that good, and also just rushed to shit. Because at least you were like, oh shit, they're doing something new. And that's what got a lot of people on board. But yeah, on the other hand, the thing with, for example, a PlayStation is, it was not really that good. Let's just be real here. If you only have a handful of weapons in the game that are all not really that interesting and they all break and all your enemies constantly just respawn and that's it. Also, you can't climb during rain and it's just not thought out well. And then and with things that I could keep telling you would be better, like for example, hey, not being able to climb during rain sucks. Oh wait, hey, here's an idea. How about you make a dungeon and at the end you get like an item, like for example the power gloves, and that those allow you to have grip during rain, so you can climb better and climb during rain. Would be interesting to have some optional non-linear dungeons in the world that would give you permanent upgrades to make your gameplay more interesting, so that Link actually feels stronger at the end than he is at the beginning, instead of just, oh, you have more stamina or hearts now. Or how most shrines are just copy-pasted. Or how there are shrines that take longer to load in than they actually are in there. I mean, listen, I could fucking just go on. Breath of the Wild is like, it is a rushed game. Liking a game is one thing, but agreeing that, here's the thing. I like Monster Hunter Wilds even, and I can still say that game is full of holes. And Wilds also, like, Breath of the Wild could have been a much better game if it actually did more classic Zelda stuff. And the best argument for that is fucking Elden Ring. Okay, you know what? I hate the fact that Elden Ring is such a good argument breaker for so many shit that people throw around, because it just disproves so much at once. Anyway, I mean, that's one thing, but like, it's a sandbox. You can also just ignore it, and that's more of the thing where, like, yeah. What are magical tickets for? I wonder. Anyway. But the thing is, we know it was rushed because just a few years later we see Tears of the Kingdom come out and it's like, whoops, hey, it's basically the same game but with features that make a lot more sense, and they changed some stuff that was annoying, and it's like, oh wow. Almost as if Breath of the Wild was just like, hey, the earliest playable prototype they made into a game. Yeah. The thing is, Tears of the Kingdom is what they probably wanted to do anyway in the beginning. But the fact is, what I want to point out is the Switch was just a console where it felt a lot more interesting what was going on. On top of again, it was a handheld with games that you could actually play relatively well. So what the fuck was that for? I generally have to ask Order of Ecclesia, what the fuck were those levels for? I know what they're trying, but it feels weird. I know, and they wanted to have it at launch. That's the thing. I mean, there's a reason Microsoft tried to do the same with Halo Infinite. And we all remember how Halo Infinite turned out, because they delayed it and was still not good. And we're literally going to fucking prison. Ah, no, kill me. Just kill me now. Oh yeah, I know, but like, that's the thing. It definitely is a game that wasn't completely done at that point, because if you look at the whole structure of it, it is like a few abilities that are neat, given to you right at the beginning, and then they repeat them over and over and over again. You wouldn't do that if you had more, just more actually. Okay, let's kill that. But anyway, the thing what I wanted to point out is that the Switch sold mainly because it was a handheld, and with the addition of, oh, you could play it at home. That was neat. Because, like, a lot of people do not invest in handhelds. Claire, that I didn't say they should have gone back to the OG Zelda formula. I said they should have had dungeons with permanent upgrades in them. You can still iterate on that idea. You know, as for example, see in, well, you know what, how's it called? That's 3DS Zelda game they did. That's a Link to the Past sequel. It was pretty simply done, but you know, I'm not saying they should have copied Zelda, the original Zelda. This is like even a non-argument on that part, because it's just not what I'm saying. It's just like having dungeons with permanent upgrades would be an interesting thing to have, and you could still make them non-linear. Anyway, we were talking about Nintendo consoles, and the fact is that Nintendo consoles are just the okay. And the fact is that the Switch only sold basically because people were like, okay, hey, this is a handheld, we can also use at home, and that's that. And the thing is, there are gonna be a lot of other games coming out that you know, that are still on the Switch 1, because that's the thing. The Switch 2 basically made all the things wrong that a console reveal could do, in hindsight. Because first of all, the whole reveal basically appealed to one type only. Us. People who play a lot of video games. Now you would say, that is not that dumb. This is a big market. Yes, but also you need to keep in mind, the majority of games and game sales are made by people who are not online and will not watch any game announcements. Those are the people who will maybe hear it on like some news site or see it in an advertisement, and those buy the most consoles. One of the reasons why people, for example, buy the PlayStation 5 is simply they want a newer console that is strong. Yeah, but also, if that's the next thing. Normal people will do two things. They will look at the price and evaluate if that's worth it. And as I said before, the thing is, Mario Kart will not pull that. They think it will, but it won't. And you know why? Because I tried that multiple times, actually. Okay. Yeah, but you're ignoring a central factor. Which game in the Mario Kart franchise has sold that much? Only one. Why did it sell that much? Because it was a re-release of an older game that fixed a lot of stuff and had a lot of content. And then only got more content. The new Mario Kart is a completely new game, sold at a high markup, and again, people will not just buy things, especially normal people, will not just buy things because name on it, because it still has to be in a price range they will accept. That is a very, very, very big thing. And that is the next problem they will run into, because a lot of new, normal people will look at the Switch 2 price and will just be like, no. Oh, what the fuck? God damn it. I like the big skeleton, but it really is annoying. And that's the thing. Their whole announcement was for people like us, and they basically killed that by saying, oh yeah, most games on our system will just, be really pricey, and we have like 4 new games from our side. A bunch of them you can actually play on the old system. Then you also have the thing, normal people will look at the price and $500 is too much. Because again, $500 for a PlayStation, that's an upgrade. That is one of the strongest consoles you can have right now. And most people play on it. And you can take all your games with it. $500 for a handheld, when most of it is still on an older console. Ah, fuck. Okay. Yeah, now they're trying, 90 and 80, so. And the thing is, again, the Mario Kart price will be too steep. Most game prices for them will be too steep, especially right now. We will see what happens on June 5. But the thing is, I will say that the sales will be much lower than everyone expects, because, What the what hitbox did me hit there? Aside from the fact that it really wants to push you into a corner and then kick you, which is like, I get it, but maybe don't let them get a damage instance on you when you can't actually dodge it. That's like, oh god, that is annoying. Not impossible to play around trash damage, but annoying. Especially since you don't, yeah, but you can't do it because, you know, he goes up there. Not when you're in the corner and it pushes you into the corner.
Can't you just duck?
I can, but you know what the problem is? Mm-hmm. When you're really up against the wall, it still hits you for trash damage.
Last time I looked, it didn't.
It does sometimes. What is that hitbox? Is there a shop I can go to? Maybe, but like, you know the problem is with that, Claire? That is absolutely ass to do. I wish I would know which one that is, so. I know, but like the problem is, they're basically touch controlled, so you know. Hey.
Want to buy something?
Yeah, I take the leather cuirass.
Come back again. Welcome. Hey, want to buy something? Come back again.
Okay. Some healing. Some better armor. That should help with it. I mean, it's an RPG, as I said before, so... The thing is just what I want to say, the Switch 2 feels very much like a console that will not sell as much as they expected to. Because people who are a lot on the internet will be like, I don't have the money for that. And I can get most of the games on other consoles. Like, for example, you know, it's nice that, you know, there are a lot of games that are coming out also getting ported onto the Switch. And while I would say, you know, Borderlands will probably run better on the Switch than most other ports, because Borderlands games are pretty, you know, they're not graphics intensive as much. Where will people play Borderlands for? PC and PlayStation. Because it just doesn't make sense to buy it on the Switch. It's like, why would you buy it on the Switch? And there are not a lot of people who have just a Switch. Especially not those that play Borderlands, because here's another thing. The main audience of Borderlands is not on the Switch. Ah, fuck. The thing I will just say is that the Switch will not bump like the Wii U, obviously. I mean, as you said, it's the only handheld on the market. but we will probably have more of a 3DS situation, as in it will take a while for it to take off, and it will probably never really recover from that. Which is just very funny when people, when some analysts were like, "Oh no, the Switch 2 launch will be the greatest." Yeah, like the Wii U was like embarrassingly bad. There we go. Ah. I'm going back to the village. Like, the thing why the Wii U flopped is just like a lot of factors at once. Like, as said, there was no real reason to upgrade. It had a bad launch lineup. It just, I mean, okay, even then I wouldn't say like too bad, because like Zombie U was generally a good game, but like RIP Ubisoft, I'd say. They didn't deserve to be shed on that much for Zombie U. Zombie U was good. That was one thing, yeah, but like during other times they did better, but that's a different story. I generally would say, okay, but I like that it's a bit more modern right now. Evil Force, that is a name for an enemy. Oh, wow. I mean, that was probably also because that is probably also more to them simply having a dev problem. Like, they could have hired more studios. It's just, I think the biggest problem they just had was also just not having a consistent vision for things. Like, that is probably the biggest problem the 3DS era and the Wii U had. I have a knife, a rapier. Why not, actually? Oh. Yeah, it's like the blend era really sums it up, because I mean, I do. Nice, there is a safe station. I mean, it's kind of interesting to be in a prison for once. Like an actual mom. I mean, okay, honestly, I think the prison here is a bit too modern for what Castlevania for the 1800s. It's like, okay. Also, it's interesting that we have Spear Guard. I don't know how nice. That is so valuable. Oh well. But yeah, I think they might just sit in another problem right now because they. I mean, a lot of games they cranked out over the Switch generation were like, oh, also not that good. I know, blasphemy to say, but like, they had some good games, and that's what people remember. But they also had like, I mean, do you remember Yoshi's, the epic yarn new thing from Yoshi? Remember that game? Actually fascinating because it was like the first Unreal Engine 4 game on the Switch, but yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's one of those games, you know. The old Yoshi games are actually very interesting. I generally find them interesting, even though they're, you know, clearly not for me. I know them because of, you know, Agonia. I have to say, as much as I find the animation very hot, even though there's a low pixel count, like, by the way, if I ever would make, you know, pixel art games, I would try to emulate that style. That's like really well made for what you have, but, Hasta. But yeah, the thing is just that they're good games. It's just, you know, unique taste. And the big problem they have is they kind of got bland. And nothing is worse if you start being bland. You know? That's just not a good look for any game. Like, that's the thing. If you, for example, play some of the older Yoshi games, you find a lot of experimentation. You find stuff like, you know, you have Yoshi's Island. That's probably the, oh yeah. I mean, the brand management, is still out of control, if we're honest. Like, they just realized maybe we shouldn't be, you know, 100% totally family-friendly blandness, because, like, that's the thing. You know, Nintendo kinda believed the bullshit a lot of fans said. It's like, oh, you need to, you know... By the way, what does it do when you have 2 glyphs? So the Invisible Man is literally just a fucking creep in this game. Anyway, oh, nice. At least we have that here. Then we can go back and save, actually. It's like, you know... Oh, I need to check up that then again. Like, the thing is with the Wii era, like, at the start of the Wii era, you really saw that Nintendo was very open to do unique things with their brands, okay? Like, during the GameCube era, they just were like, hey, what if Luigi was just in a horror game? Which is funny because, you know, I mean, we now take, we take Luigi's Mansion for granted nowadays, but keep in mind that while I like Luigi's Mansion 3, don't get me wrong, don't get me completely... Like, there were moments where we really got, like... There was, like, one moment that was so well executed that you got, like, fucking emotional because, like, it's basically a collectathon about sucking in ghosts. That's cool, and 3 managed to make us not want to suck in a ghost because... You feel bad doing it, and that's good, that's great. And 3, similar to 2, still tries to... Oh, he really went mad scientist. Still tries to be much more family friendly, you know? Like, the first Luigi's Mansion was a tongue-in-cheek horror game, but it was also based on the joke of, hey, what if the, you know, the sidekick of our, like, literal main brand figure is stuck in a totally atypical situation? Something that's interesting. And also, Luigi's Mansion 1 generally tried to be spooky. And when they remade Luigi's Mansion, they actually tried to make a lot of stuff less spooky. Hey Dreamlaw, thank you for the raid. And you still feel that. Well, thank you, Albus. Oh! Hey, Path. Welcome. Yeah, we're playing it for the first time because I streamed a bunch of older Castlevania games. Oh! Welcome. Yeah, you know, I've been streaming a lot of older Castlevania games because I like the series, but I've never been... You know, I've never played Ecclesia, and my chat was always like, you should play Ecclesia, and the only reason they gave me is Shanoa, and like, she's a good argument because she's hot, and so we're playing Ecclesia for the first time. Dawn of Sorrow will be soonish. I don't know if I want to play like 3 Castlevania games back to back, but we'll see. But like, hot back again? What are you thinking? Yeah, Castlevania is great. I absolutely adore that series. There's a reason I, you know, when they did the collections, I got them physically because, yeah, I just really like that series. I do want to get like a bunch of them here again because I think a lot of people always hear about, oh, Castlevania, and then they know like 1 or 2 titles and or maybe heard about them, but they don't know why they're so good. Also, I have a bit of a blood feud with Bloodstained because I don't think Bloodstained is actually that good compared to the Castlevania titles that Iga did on the Advance NES. So I'm playing them to be like, hey, look, they just kind of look better. I don't know. I don't think Bloodstained is that bad. It's just meh. I was let down playing it. You know, it didn't flow as well. Come back to Ecclesia. You know what? I might feel like that Albus is actually not the evil guy, but the guy that wanted to give us Dominos, and Albus is actually saving us. Wowsy, that's good. You know what? I thought so. I just wanted to check anyway. I guess. Whoops. I was like, okay, hi, let's go to that cutscene again. I mean, it is on me, but it's still funny, you know? So, you know what? Then let's just do a round of what's your favorite Castlevania? Or you know what? If you don't, if you can't decide on one, just like the top 3. I mean, and if it's a bit hard for you, you can also split it in, you know, the pre and post Symphony of the Nighttime, because that's probably easier to do anyway. Yeah, you know, I totally get that. It's also up there with mine. Like, I don't know if I can say it is I have the most fun playing, but like, it is such a good game. Like, if you really get into it and learn it, it's like, it is such a tightly crafted game. It's like, you know, you have 2 screens of like one idea of like a really well executed idea, and this is something new. It's just something new. It's something new. It's like, it's just that kind of game that just doesn't, you know, it just doesn't miss, and that's kind of impressive. I mean, I have a soft spot for things like Dawn of Sorrow. Oh, God. Oh, nice. Aria's fair. Yeah. Okay. Weirdo. I mean, here's probably a very unsurprising one. Like, I really like, I really like, Dawn of Sorrow, and I really like Super Castlevania 4. I think they do stuff really well. It's just one of those cases, I would say, where you kind of want to put another game on top, but the more I think about it, for me, it's still Symphony of the Night. And I probably need to get to that game to say why. What the fuck? Since when does Frankenstein have a fucking flamethrower? cutscene again. Yeah, that's the thing. I generally like Symphony because of that. Because, like, I don't even think the, you know, this upside down castle is that bad. It's just, Symphony of the Night is such a tightly paced game. With just so many good things in there. Yeah, like, the thing is, that's the problem. As much as I like, you know, I like Dawn of Sorrow. I like Aria of Sorrow. I generally like the DS games because they were like, let's iterate on the formula, do interesting things with it. Work something out. The problem is just then you go to okay, back now, by the way. I don't want to go through this fucking cutscene again. Then you play Symphony of the Night and it's just, it is such a smooth experience. From, like, the movement is smooth. The yeah, the gameplay is smooth. The upgrades are great. Like, I think that's probably my biggest problem. All the, with, you know, newer titles, they're great, but they don't have the they don't give you this feeling of how insane you can be with power. Like, I mean, hell, the game does the does this actual really interesting, you know, the typical thing. Let's just be real here. Wait, no, I wanted to have Hasta there and Dominus there, and then we can save. It just left games only really having, like, yeah, I get why they're doing it, but, like, yeah. And I think the biggest, I think what also is just a big differentiation, in my opinion, is the fact that, you know, the games are like, like, you just don't have the same absurd upgrades. Like, oh hey, you hate the spikes, there's an upgrade for you. And you're like, what? Yeah, there's just an upgrade where you can run through spikes, which is, wow, what was that? Which is like, I guess, yes, the shield rod and stuff. Like, the thing, oh, wait a second, is that, oh, it takes my health away. Oh, now I realize what the problem is. Yeah, let's just do that. There's just a lot of bullshit in, what you see? I thought so, but you know, when you're streaming, you sometimes just miss the details, you know? Screen nuke is nice. I don't like it when it kills my health, though. It's like, you know, you can just run over spikes. You have the, again, the shield rod. It's stuff like that where, Symphony of the Night excels because there's a difference between upgrades in a video game that, I'd say if you have a game that is somewhat non-linear or you have some exploration and reward players with, abilities and such, there are certain levels to all of them. For example, you have things like your standard upgrades. That's just like, basic shit like, oh, you can slide now. Oh, you can double jump now. Things you would actually kind of expect to be baseline in a video game. Then you have those that are really strong. Those are like super attacks and shit. And you're like, okay, yeah, those are nice. And then there's the third category, which Symphony of the Night has a lot of. And those are abilities that feel like they are breaking the game. And that, if you actually, if you're able to pull that off, that is a feeling that not many games can deliver. And I think this is the irony, I really like Super Castlevania 4 because it's this absolutely fine balance of, mechanics that you have to master to finish the game. But meanwhile, you look at, Symphony of the Night and it's like, oh, you just break the game. Dracula's castle has nothing on you. You're the son of Dracula and you feel it. That's the thing. And a lot of games just do not deliver on that. Oh. Maybe I actually should go to Hammers then. Okay, but the lance actually gives me a lot more range. Oh, good that I was here. Oh well. Any other game everyone is looking forward to this year? Like, I honestly wish they made another Castlevania, but I mean, I am happy enough that the next Silent Hill game looks insanely good. But like, the moment they announced it, I was calling it. It's like they hired a studio that supported Resident Evil games and made the multiplayer spin-offs. Which, okay, here's the thing. I will die on the hill that Resident Evil Resistance was actually a pretty good game in terms of gameplay. Its unlock system just sucked. I really would love to make like a community evening with it one day. Like I generally think if we get like 5 people together, or some people rotate and stuff, it would be really fun. I mean, I know, for example, Agonia would probably want to be the I wanted to say dungeon master, but that you're the evil person that spawns all the zombies. You would love to do that. It would be an interesting challenge to do. But yeah, they know how to make those games, and I was like, oh hey, Ryokushi is making the story, and I'm like, okay, interesting. And then they had the presentation. Was like, yeah, those people know exactly what they're doing. Like when someone goes off what does Silent Hill mean, and it's like, that it can be a lot of things at once, and they, and so they're making a game that feels like Silent Hill, but is technically a completely new setting. They know the assignment, and that's great to see. It's going to be fucked up. Like, have you seen the Steam decks? Yeah. Okay, let's actually get through that. Yeah, I probably will just keep using the lance for comfort because I just have more range. Yeah, sometimes you hear a direction for a character and you're like, what? Yeah, I know I should probably try using them more. I mean, you know, considering I've been, considering the time I've been on the internet, and it's a long time now, there are a lot of guys, and especially girls, that would probably get off the moment Shanoa is a little bit mean to them. Like, you know the girls I'm talking about. Shanoa's like, what are you doing here? And they're like, oh no! No, it's fine. Honestly, just do it. The creature. La criatura. The fuck? That is one hell of an annoying enemy. It's like a mini boss. What? Wait. Definitely wants a hug. Yeah. All right. But yeah, you like just seriously, you can go off here. This isn't. This is like not the like we have rules on the stream, like typical shit. If someone does, the typical, racism, homophobia, transphobia. No, you're getting the fucking boot. Not in this stream, but like you want to talk. What?
You hast doppelte Verneinung gemacht.
I did?
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing is...
Just clarify.
Yeah.
You can press pause.
Okay, wait a second. I just need to kill that Frankenstein. What? Hey, the thing is, don't do racism, don't do transphobia or homophobia. You will just be, you get the boot here. But on the other hand, if you want to talk about, politics and stuff, I mean, you will be judged. And if you go in here with some right-wing bullshit, you will also be kicked. But like, If you want to vent about shit, you can also just let that out. We're a pretty open stream about that. Expect train talk though. Okay, wait a second. I think this one actually plays during the age where trains are a thing. Is there a train level in Ecclesia? Do they have invented public transportation? And did the forces of evil corrupt it? Because then we have to cleanse it. Yep. I mean, okay, elevator fights are... Okay, man, elevator fights can be nice, but... I mean, we are in a pretty modern prison in comparison. What the fuck did I just do? I mispressed the heart. And it felt like there was a save point here. Electrical machinery used for evil. What if Nikola Tesla learned about that? Wait. Am I collecting cats? Okay, we're not gonna make it dark now, shall we, okay? We're not eating cats on this no cat eating. Can I say that it's very weirdly written when it's like, yes, that's definitely sage. What the fuck is this deer? Why? Why is the guy like that? I do wonder what the Japanese audio was. Ooh. I mean, they make it kind of convoluted, so I guess. I don't want to lose the sickle glyph. It has more range than the hammer glyph. Okay, so. Then let's go back in here. I think we can at least finish the prison island. I wonder if we will get to. Oh. Tesla was definitely here, and he would not be amused by this. That's actually neat. At least it doesn't zap my health, so... The thing is just, guess where we're going? Because I will save this progress. God damn. Yeah. The fuck is that? I really know what you mean with it's a bit harder than Area of Sorrow, but like, I don't know what to say about some of those difficulties. It's like, Yeah, God damn it. I mean, electric is nice, but also I feel like I probably should take the sickle here. Oh! Oh, okay. Neat. So that was that. I have at least most of that prison island done, but I need a higher jump, so I guess we can at least return to that. Okay. It's a vertical boss, isn't it? Yep. Goddamn crap. Okay. I am... I guess so. But first of all, we are equipping a babushka.
Come back again.
I just had to figure out what they want me to do in that fight, so... To Mason Thunder, I mean, I'm not even that surprised. Ooh, nice. Hope it's good food. Then I also have to ask why they added those spikes. Was it some loading issue they had? You know what? I should definitely do that. Did it say cha? It has, but like, you know, I rather want to play it fully how it was intended.
Welcome. Hey, want to buy something? Come back again.
Well, let's do this again. Shouldn't be too hard. It just takes a lot of hits, is all. I mean, that's still the weirdest sound a crab can make, because, like, crabs don't make sounds. That's illegal. It's not even funny, it's just... It's a monster. Yeah, I know it's monstrous big. Probably gonna be a good stew. But, damn it. I'm not angry. It's just like, yeah. I hate the fact that this fight just got broken down because I literally just misclicked. Because I think attack was on B in Area of Sorrow. I don't know. My brain was just wired to attack with probably should do that, actually. Yeah. First of all, I should get the other meat.
Welcome. Hey, want to buy something? Come back again.
I mean, there's a dual hand system, which I find is interesting, but yeah. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's actually also not my main language, so if you ever think like, wait, that sounds off, yeah, I'm not that good. Oh well, I'm actually pretty solid with English, I would say. By the way, I'm just going in here again because I'm almost like a level up. And at some point you should just consider doing that. Even though I think leveling seems to be a lot slower than Aria. I have to say the running animation on the DS is very smooth though. I really like that. You dare interrupt when a lady shows her back? These skeletons are truly evil. Go. I mean, that's the thing, when you're basically so close to a level up and you have problems with a boss, then it's like, just get a level. Also, can I get another meat? I can't pet the cat though. That should have been a feature. Petting cats.
You do not have enough to pay for this. Come back again.
Okay. Let's get that dumb crap down. Oh. Let's see how that works. No, just kill me now. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Certain types of crabs can. Certain types of crabs can. A lot of things that you are way too uncomfortable that this type of crab can actually climb. Mostly talking about coconut crabs though. And you're like, wait, what? And you're like, oh yeah. Then you're like, oh, are they harmless? Well, to humans, yes. To the individual, like, toes and fingers, not really. I mean, these things kill birds. They hunt them. I mean, that's easy for them, you know? It's more like, you know, again, what type of crab climbs your arm? Because, again, coconut crab, you have to wonder how the fuck did that thing get up your arm? They're supposedly delicious though, but I cannot confirm. Okay. Oh, okay. No, okay, oh boy. I mean, It's not hard. It's just... It's just all the small optimizations. It's just every time I don't get the climbing right, and like I hate the fact that the magnet things are there just to be like, oh, you can, and then it's like, not really. No! That face I hate. Can we agree on the fact that the magnetized thing probably sounded great on paper, but it just kinda sucks. As a mechanic, it kind of sucks. Especially putting it in a boss fight like that and just be like, yeah, just figure it out. Like, sorry. Especially since Let me guess. If I reach the top, the thing falls down, the elevator falls down, and the crab is killed. Let me guess. That's how it ends. And it just...
Is it a good crab?
What?
Is it a good crab?
Mm-mm.
It's not like Taikon Samusa.
It's not Taikon Samusa. Taikon Samusa is fun to fight. This one is just... It is very repetitive and basically requires... When you start taking upwards at the last, you can jump to a higher ledge and switch to lighting. Fair point, I could do that, but it's also just... It's just...
You should maybe try that.
I don't know what they mean with that. It's just...
And you should ask. Ask, you literally said fair point.
I mean, yeah, it's
So
like...
if that
By
requires...
easily avoidable attacks there, where it starts attacking upwards at last. This one, this attack you mean. Yeah, you could do that, but that's like... I would probably just rather sit there and... I don't think they're that easily avoidable, it's just... Some of the movesets are just... yes, I know I'm not fully safe. Which is like, technically good boss design, but the things that hit me there are just also like not well telegraphed.
Aren't they always the same?
Nope, they're not well telegraphed. Still.
Doesn't matter.
Hopefully I figure out what to do now.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what? I had to see that gap, but it's fucking done. Wow. I mean, you know what? It's not a hard boss, it's just one that takes time. At least at the final part they give you a nice it's just bubbles and you're like, oh, what? Now we have food. I mean, it's midnight here. So we probably won't have that much food, although I could go for a sandwich. Anyway, I hope you all had fun. I think we got like 3 bosses down, which is, I guess, fine.
Nice.
We'll see how the lighthouse is next time. Yeah, Order of Ecclesia is definitely a little bit harder than Aria of Sorrow. A teeny tiny bit harder. Doable though. I'm definitely, as you can see, most punching Metroidvania Castlevania. It is it though? I mean, I don't know anything about Portrait of Ruin and the other ones, so still need to try that one. I can see it though because you don't get a lot of XP, you don't get a lot of items, and I mean, some of the levels, again, as the forest, is just one straight shot and it's very annoying. Like, one level was the forest and it's literally just a flat plane and just a lot of enemies spammed at you.
Nice.
And you have to just go from left to right. It's like, it feels like they wanted to make a more classic Castlevania level with that and like...
Works.
No, classic Castlevania levels had like a bit more difference in elevation and enemy variation. Like, that was just a very... That's like... And everything hits like a truck. Yeah. Like, I'm not mad at the hitting like a truck thing. I just feel like right now the starting weapons just feel a bit shit, even though they do the job. And like... You know, this probably will be easier later on because, you know, it's an RPG, so it will, like... it will level out. But to a degree, this is just like now... Some are hit sponges and, you know... And the other ones, like, have you tried the super moveset? A bit, but it like when you have a boss fight where you mainly crouch, it's hard to use the super move where you have to press up. Yeah. It's good. Like, I don't hate it. I do like a bit of the stronger, like a bit harder hitting Castlevanias again. I would just say, like, you know, when I look at the linear levels, I'm like, you did better in your history. And the other ones are like, it's fine. I don't hate the structure. It's not bad. It's just, it probably just needs a bit of time to get going, I would say. But yeah, we will get to Dawn of Sorrow at some point, afterwards anyway, but next Sunday, more Castlevania. You wanted Shanoa, I promised Shanoa we will do more Shanoa because she's hot. Like, look at that hair flowing. And here's the thing, I know why her hair couldn't be depicted as black in the pixel art, because, well, outlines and such readability, and I get that, but like, that's still some really well done pixel art. Wouldn't you agree?
Huh? What?
That's some well done pixel art, especially for the amount.
Yeah.
It is a degree of downgrade from Shadow to Miriam is insane. You know what the thing is? I know people were like, oh, with Bloodstained Miriam. Like, if I put both up and like, by the way, Dramalog, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy the rest on this channel. Streaming mainly Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays. with some in-between stuff depending on what is up. You know what the interesting part is, if you look at her between her and Miriam, is like thank you, internet browser, making the battle between Miriam Bloodstained and Shanoa Castlevania. Okay, first of all, we're going to do this one pretty simply. You know, another thing we have to bring it up again. Okay, good. It's the wrong tab, obviously. It always picks the wrong one. Okay, that's actually pretty perfect. So, browser time. So here we are. That's the thing. That's Shanoa. And what I like about her design is it's simple, okay? Like, there are details, but you can see, like, you know, there's a bit of, you know, she has her collar, hot, and her flowing hair, but it's a bit wild, you know, hot. I do like a bit of more blank stare in her eyes. It's just like, you know, it's a girl that you know has gone through some shit. You kind of want to comfort her, you know? Like, she looks pretty and she has good accents, you know, like here, the bit of clothing on her sleeves, like generally sleeves, but like it's very simple, okay? It's a simple design that gets to the point. Shanoa does a job, okay?
Still weird because of the heels.
I mean, that's one thing I would say I would change about her is I would give her normal boots. Like, seriously, Konami, if you ever make a sequel with Shanoa, you can keep so much about this design because it is so good, and in its simplicity, it is really good. But change the boots. Change it to something that she would walk in, okay? That's like the one thing I would say. And this is why she works. Like, you look at her character, and because it's simplistic, and she feels natural, you know, she feels like a normal person. Like, again, her hair, unkempt. It's like, she's out there, she just has long hair, who cares? Like, the most logical upgrade, if they ever did a sequel, would be give her a ponytail. You can make it like a bit of a bow even if that she wears, but like give her a ponytail. Like, that's, again, this outfit is not, you know, totally realistic. To be fair, her heels are barely higher than Alucard's. Yes, but Alucard is Alucard, okay? Like, Shanoa is just a girl with glyphs, except if the story does something different, I don't know. But the thing is, Alucard is the son of Dracula, okay? Alucard is allowed to slay while slaying, okay? They're allowed to do that. Okay? Just so we're clear here. But yeah, it's very simplistic. Now, Miriam is fucking over-designed to hell and back. This is design that was not designed to convey a character. This is designed so artists make sexy artwork. You know what I mean. Like, the thing is, it's just very, very incoherent in a lot of cases. For example, I do like the idea that glyphs are like, you know, stained glasses. Yeah, it is a bad design. It's like, oh, look, she has horns, which is like, I generally like it. But also, like, her hair is not fully black and goes into not really red. It's half open on one end, and it's asymmetric, and like also very, very, you know, no pants. Like, that's the thing. Shanoa, again, simplistic, but conveys practicality. This is obviously not a normal outfit, but it's an outfit where it's an outfit and a character where you can see on, from first glance, a lot of characteristics. Again, it's simple. She's not here to look good. She's here to fucking slay monsters. And she has to have her back open because, that's where the glyphs are sucked in. So, her design actually completely, does a lot of that. She covers her back with her, that's why she has long hair. She covers the glyphs on her back with her hair. This is why I would say, a sequel should also convey with her, having her ponytail that she's, would maybe be a bit more confident. You see the glyphs a little bit going off here. It's, again, simple. And again, her, especially her stare, her look is like, she's tired. That's a tired look. I mean, I get it. Imagine the Belmonts are gone and you're part of an order that just kind of tries to hold back Dracula, and they're like, I guess you're the one chance we still have. Good luck out there. You would be tired as well. It's a very humane design. Miriam looks like she farted and is like, has anyone noticed yet? That's her look. She just ripped really hard. It was like, oh god, hopefully no one has noticed that. Her, Miriam looks like a cosplayer. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a cosplay outfit. It's literally there for, and I really hate that because, like, here's the thing. I'm not shitting on people who do cosplay. It's it's work. It's time. And I know you like it. But, like, we can definitely acknowledge that there are people who, especially when they are making a living of cosplay, there's a certain design philosophy in video games, especially some indie games, that is specifically there to make elaborate-looking cosplay outfits, good-looking cosplay outfits instead of making a character. Because that's what this is. And by the way, she was cosplayed a lot. Obviously. It's like, that's by the way also the reason why I would say, Alma and the Smithy and Wiles basically look like modern scene girls and use modern glasses and such, because her design is not there to convey a sense of the, technology level. It's just designed there to look good and that people can cosplay them easily. Because the moment cosplay became part of marketing, because like a lot of people, cosplay, and when they cosplay shit, people are like, oh, well, look at the game. So naturally, designers will decide, make it a bit more like that. And so they're over-designed. So artists and cosplayers can replicate, because over-designed characters are just somehow very popular there, which I don't get. I personally just don't get it. Maybe that's just me, because, like, again, so much just doesn't make sense. Like, the whole idea of her, powers being represented by stained glass, that's a cool idea. And yet it's scattered around, like, the roses are scattered around her body. It's just like, you know what would be interesting? Here are a few ideas on how to make her a bit better looking. I make my avatar always think of something simpler than someone real life can use. I don't think animal, but the dress was made to be used by normal guys. Yeah. Ooh. Furry. Furry? Question mark. I think it's the skirt. Yeah, the skirt is definitely one of the main things. Like, yeah, I would have two suggestions. Nice. Would actually like, it's a raccoon persona, right? Now that I've realized it. It would basically just be Saber from Fate. I mean, yeah, but like, here's the thing: what I would do different. First of all, but this is a classic for a reason. I mean, Saber is good, yes. It's just like, I would do two things. Three main things I would change. First of all, as you said, make the skirt longer, as in just like similar to Shanoa. It's supposed to cover stuff and also maybe bring up the boots a bit more and also just make it more, normal boots. But you can keep the side open. We get to that. And also, having the open shoulders, also a good thing, but we will talk about a bit of that. So that's one thing I would change it so that he just feels more normal. Second of all, do away with this bullshit. Like, here's the thing. Either both arms are connected to the the skirt, because right now, what the fuck is this? This isn't like, look at this. The right arm is just a free thing with a glove, and the left arm is a different thing, but all not connected, but goes up to just to give the imitation. She even has pendants on the horns. What the fuck is going on? Pendants away from the horns. 4 things. Make it one skirt, okay? Make it actually something where you maybe have one open shoulder, but it's one piece. So, next of all, keep the rose, make it bigger though, as if it spreads out from the heart, but it should also be partially covered by what she's wearing. Like, she has to uncover a little bit from it, but you should see it partially. Second, these things here go away. And these get worked up, like, as this idea of, the stained glass sigil on her heart. That's an obvious metaphor, it's like directly over where she, over the thing that keeps her alive. And everything else, make it more like scars. Crystal shard stained glass scars. And then the only difference that you should still do is change that hair. They threw a grenade to a blue dress and was left a the dress from Miriam. Fair point. Like, here's the thing. Work was put into this outfit, but this character conveys nothing. This is why I say, make it more, make it a bit more, less belts and shit. Like, who can pull off belts? Nomura. You know what Nomura also does with his Kingdom Hearts characters? He knows how to hone in on a few certain details, and all the clothes are still practical. They just have belts because they look cool. Except when it's zippers. He just switches between those, and he knows how to use them. Anyway, that's true, but I think if you have a main artwork, you shouldn't use a hair that is literally, like... Here's the thing. That's true. I mean, okay, here's the thing. When it comes to character design, Nomura is, in my opinion, like, just a fucking legend. I know people are like... we can talk about Kingdom Hearts a long time. I will not get into that. They're great games, and they have actually a really good story with amazing characters. It's just like... It's just so much to explain at once that people just lose the plot when they listen to someone. It's just like, play them in order and you will understand everything. Kingdom Hearts is great. But they're distinct. You remember Sora. You remember Riku. All of those characters stand out. You remember... I mean... I don't want to call him Lee, but it's, you remember Axel. They're just like, it's distinct. Even when they were... Like, he made a whole club of 13 people wearing black fucking hoods, and they were all distinct. That's an achievement. Anyway, that's the thing about this hair is, that's a convention hair. As in, you wear this hair when you go somewhere to look good. This is not a day-to-day hair, which is like, again, I know, weird thing to say, but if someone's profession is to, fight the forces of evil, I kind of want to have that, I don't think they should, I not only think they should have a simplistic design, that they also should wear practical stuff. Like, oh hey, this is your job, either have, hair tied up and, I mean, Saber does it for a reason. I know we're going back to Saber, but like, oh boy, why do they curl up and, weave the hair? Because long hair, as a long hair enjoyer, I have long hair, is hard to take care of, and even worse when you're doing shit. That's why I'm wearing ponytails. I mean, again, Alucard is the son of Dracula. He's just kind of allowed to do that. But here's the thing. Either make her hair practical, as in it doesn't get in the way, or, again, Shanoa's hair is the complete opposite. It's unkempt, it's wild, which underlines her character. She's through things. She covers stuff up with it. This isn't, this is natural hair. This is unnatural hair. Anyway, I think we have shit enough on Miriam now. It's like, it's a downgrade. It's an over-designed downgrade, considering Miriam was definitely going to be Shanoa 2.0, because, like, Bloodstained really feels like a sequel to that. Anyway. Hope you all had fun. As said, streams on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. If something is in between, you will probably see on Blue Sky. Also, wanted to say raccoons are cool. I really like raccoons. Raccoons are amazing animals. Like, everyone's like, oh, but they're garbage diving. I'm like, yes, and garbage divers are amazing. So yeah, have a good week ahead of you. Stay safe. We will be back on Wednesday for more Borderlands. We'll probably start entering the final stretch of the main game, and then we're off to, well, the first batch of DLC where they didn't know what to do with some of them. So yeah, have a good night and see ya. Bye.